to week 43, I believe. Wow, welcome to week 43. We have about, 9 weeks left in the series. Today is Friday. I'm actually going for a very late workout. Well, not very late, that's pushing it. It's evening. I just got off work and about to go get in some movement. What was I going to say? All day today, I've been kind of like going back and forth. Like, do I go run today? Do I do plyo today? Like, what am I supposed to do? My program says to do plyo. I need to go do plyo and stop playing around. I think I'm going to follow that up with maybe like a 20-minute walk on the treadmill. And then some like isolated core workouts. So maybe like some rollouts, maybe like some dead bugs. I don't know, like 2 core movements, do a few sets of those and some stretching, and then I am gonna wrap it up. Also, last week I mentioned to you guys, when it comes to plyo, I'm trying to work on being lighter on my feet. Definitely still being explosive, because that's the whole point or part of being like part of doing plyo, but landing more softly. Being lighter on my feet allows me to be a little bit quicker, whereas right now I am coming down hard. I'm very heavy with it, which is crazy because it's not like I'm a heavy stepper. Like when I walk and stuff, I'm purposely light, like I walk light. So I'm just surprised that once I get in a position to do plyo, I'm just like really stepping kind of hard. But it definitely does depend on what kind of movements you're doing as well. Like sometimes you are going to land with more impact and more force than others, but it depends on the movement. And so for things that require me to jump like onto a surface, I need to be able to land a little softer than what I am. But yeah, that's the goal and the plan for today. I will try to record some. Honestly, I want to get in and get out. It is a Friday afternoon. I want to take a nap. I want to get up and edit week 42. That should have been up, but I'm doing the best I can. I do want to edit it tonight so they can go up tomorrow, Saturday morning, bright and early, like 8 a.m. Central Time. And is there anything else? I'm still hanging at 177 point something, so not too much movement, which is fine. I mean, it's not going up. I'm still looking good. I'm still gaining strength. I'm still seeing more definition in like my quads, and I feel like they're growing a little bit. I don't know. And my hamstrings are looking good. Like, I don't know. But yeah, let me go fill up my water bottle, and then we're gonna head over there to get some movement in. Again, welcome to week 43. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I don't know what to give. I don't even have a plan. Okay. I mean, I have my workout plan, but like, I don't have a plan of what we're gonna talk about. I don't know, but let's go. Hey guys, good morning. It's Saturday. Am I sitting on my bathroom floor? I am. Yes, I am. I'm about to go to my apartment gym. I'm going to strength train today. I did not go to the larger gym. I'm also waiting for week 42 to finish exporting so I can upload it to YouTube. It's already 12 o'clock and I haven't gotten any motion. I've been up editing all morning. I'm not going to record today because I really just want to go over there. Literally, I should be able to get everything done in like an hour and 15 minutes maybe. And I might walk for a little bit. And then I'm going to come back home and clean and really get started with my day, since I spent the first half of my morning Being inactive. I don't think there's anything I need to talk about right now, but yeah, happy Saturday. Oh, I have on those shorts finally. I'm finally wearing the Sunzo shorts. They are type short. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. But I'm also taking some sweatpants with me, so if I get on the treadmill, my legs aren't that brother. Let me show you. I'm not too sure if y'all remember from the try-on haul, but these are those. This is my first time actually wearing them. I haven't been wearing white tops for real, and this wouldn't really look cute with black. But these are those shorts. We'll test them out today. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Sunday morning. I'm about to go for a long walk. I don't know what that means or like how far that is, but at minimum, can I get 5 miles in? At max, you know, maybe 9 miles. I don't know. It feels like it's been a while since I've gone on a long walk, so yeah. I'm also trying out a new coffee shop today, so I kind of plan my walks now in regards to maybe coffee shops and like walkable areas and different things like that. So this will be the first time I'm traveling this route that I'm going to go. I can't even remember the name of the coffee shop right now, but of course I'll take you guys and a little review. Y'all probably don't even care. Some of y'all, most of y'all probably don't even live in Houston, so it don't matter to y'all. But maybe if you ever come visit, you might try out the coffee shop. I have on this black top. I love it. I told you guys I love this top. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it's not very supportive. And I feel like I would like a little bit more coverage. Like, I feel like, you know, the top of my boobies would be out a little bit, and I don't necessarily like that, but I love this top, and I don't want to wear something that's fully, like, has sleeves in it because it just gets so hot outside. Even though it's cooled down, it's still like pretty warm. Remember yesterday I was going to walk for I think like 20 minutes. I ended up walking for 45 minutes, and then I came home and cleaned. So like I know that a lot of steps in from that as well. Vacuuming, sweeping, mopping, cleaning my tub, or not tub, my shower, and all the other parts of the house. Also, this is random, but don't forget the floorboards. I think that's what it's called. Is that what it's called? No, that's not what it's called. Y'all know the little area. What is it called? Don't forget to clean that as well, y'all. I was looking back at this old photo that I have from a place I lived in Virginia, and I guess I didn't realize that you're supposed to wipe those down too. Like I don't know how I didn't know that when my mother literally is the queen of cleaning. Like she don't play about that. So okay, yeah. So I don't even. Why am I talking about cleaning on here? This is a fitness series. Locking my hair was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Top three for sure. Top three for sure. The first one would be developing and having a relationship with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And then probably locks is right after. I don't know what the third thing would be. Actually, maybe, oh, the gym is up there. Falling in love with the gym would be up there. What's in between locks and, I don't know. The locks in the gym might be 2A and 2B. No, okay, I'm giving you guys, I know y'all probably don't care about none of this, but let's talk about it anyway as I get dressed for my own walk. So the number one dopest thing I've done is develop a relationship with Jesus Christ, right? I take my spiritual walk more serious, studying my Bible, trying to be a better version of, well, trying to be less, I guess, girly and more like Christ every day. I mean, obviously I fail, but I try. I do try. I try not to repeat patterns. Okay, so yeah, that'd be the first thing. Loving myself and putting myself first, because when I can love and put myself first, I can actually put other people, I can actually give more to other people, if that makes sense. Like putting myself first doesn't necessarily mean I'm putting people down or last, but putting me first means I can actually maybe scoot you up on a list because I have poured into myself. I hope that makes sense. And then third would be, 3A and 3B would be locks at the gym. Top decisions I've made in life. That's what it was. Yeah, my top decisions I made in life. Okay, so I'm going to go with the pony. Oh, I need earrings on. I switched out my earrings last night for dinner, which by the time this comes out, you should have hopefully seen if you watch the weekly vlog, Life in My 30s, because why is you not watching? You just want to see me work out? You don't want to see nothing else about my life? Why is you not watching? It's fun over there, okay? Ask the girly pops. It's fun. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get like a pastry or something too wherever I go. Not too much now. Today's supposed to be a low carb day because I'm just walking. So this was a little weird. Having my watch on. Y'all know I haven't been wearing it regularly. I just want to just not. But I really want to track today to see, you know, how far I walk as far as steps. And I could just wear my ring home. Is my ring charged? I don't know if it's charged. Oh, it is charged. I'm gonna put this on just in case too. I guess I really don't need my watch if I have my ring, but I'll just put both on. Y'all probably think I'm crazy, but we're gonna put a little scent on too. I'm gonna wear Dolce & Gabbana. Oops. I actually now wear scents for any and everything. Like every time I take a shower, I'm most likely going to follow up with a scent. I could be going to bed. I could be going to work, which is in my living room. I could be doing nothing. It doesn't matter. Shout out to Bree. I feel like Bree's who really inspired me to just start wearing my scents for whatever reason, for any occasion, for no occasion, all of that. This is something else that I guess I would typically share on the weekly vlog, but since we're talking already and I haven't talked to them this morning, or y'all. Anyways, I was talking to my mom the other day, and it really is like sometimes the little things that make you feel so much better about yourself. Like she started to regularly get her nails done, something she's never done, but she's always kept her nails up really nicely. Like when I was growing up, like she was always over there filing and shaping them up and painting them or whatever. But she's now invested into like getting her nails done, and I was like, don't it feel good? She's like, yes. Like absolutely. And like I've talked to her as I've grown in certain areas. I like share with my mom, and she seems to appreciate it. So like she noticed that like I'll put something on almost no matter where I'm going, and she was like, "Cause girl, you told me." She's like, "Don't go out the house looking any type of way." She's like, "I don't do that no more." She's like, She's like, "It don't even matter who I might run into. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna put me on a little something." So I love when I FaceTime her and she's like all dressed up. She has the earrings on and she's just like running errands or just like out and about or just going to work, and she's like looking like a 10, looking like a dime. I look like, okay, mama. But it really helps with like your confidence. I feel like it just helps you to feel good, feel better. And like for me personally, I don't do it for anyone else. I do it for myself. Like I might catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, like you did put that stuff on today. You do look good. Like, okay, like that is flattering on you. And sometimes like I'm not in the best mood, but getting dressed up, like this walk is about to be epic. You know why? Because look at me. Look at me. Like, look at the material. The walk is about to be epic. If I went out in like sweatpants and an overly sized shirt, like I would probably still feel cute, but I'm not gonna feel like, yeah, like this walk about to be 100. Like, you know, put a little effort, a little thought. It don't have to be nothing crazy, but into what you have on or like your accessories and different things. Like keeping my nails done now. I do my own, but like they look good. Anyways, I'm done a whole bunch of rambling. I will actually see you guys outside. I need to go find my fanny pack that up, and we're gonna go walk and see what we can get into. Coffee for sure. I'm about to start my walk. This is actually all right. I think it's called a brown sugar shaken espresso, I believe. I actually really like it. Okay, shaken. Okay. I don't know what direction I'm going to go in, but I guess let's go. So obviously I'm back. That went well. 5-mile walk. I walked an area I don't normally, I've never walked that area actually. It was like river Oaks, I think, slash Kirby, maybe. I don't know. If you're a Houstonian, my bad if I'm wrong. But I did see the streets on Kirby, and the houses over there, y'all, were so beautiful. It definitely gave like old money for the most part. Like, you know, them houses ain't going nowhere. Like, they got a foundation, ain't no cardboard. Like, these are brick houses. These are beautiful houses, solid foundation, solid everything. Very much like a wealthy area. I didn't really record there because like I don't got time for them type of games. It has to be roads. I always consider that River Oak where it has like the palm trees. Like, is this Miami? Like, what is going on in Houston? But that's the vibe out there on that part. The weather was amazing. There were times where I felt like I was about to be blown away. My lashes was going to be blown away because it was breezy. But like I'm not gonna complain because like normally it's really high and it's like, that would be good. What else? Yeah, 5 miles. I feel like there's something else. Oh, this is totally different. Oh my god, my camera's about to die. I'm thinking about running back 30 for 30 in November, which I think, if you weren't here for that, I'll explain it really quickly. Hopefully my battery won't die. I basically move for 30 minutes for all 30 days of a month. So like November has 30 days. So some type of movement for 30 days. Me specifically, I walk for 30 minutes minimum every single day of that month. In addition to what I already do, like my strength training, my plyo, and running, like in addition to it. So just making sure I am getting those 10 to 12,000 steps per day. But I'm thinking about running back in November. What y'all think? Let me know, but I'm gonna go because it's about to die. Okay, see you later. I'm sorry that I'm whispering. It is early. It is 3:36 a.m. right now. Probably like, well, aren't you used to getting up at that time? Yeah, but no, okay? Yeah, but no, it's Monday morning. It's Monday morning. Obviously, I probably went to bed at a decent time last night. Go me, because I want to try again, just like I said last week, to make this week better than it was last week, like the prior week. So I am up. Today I am supposed to run. And so my options were to get up before my 5 a.m. session and run, or wait until I get off. And y'all know how waiting until I get off has gone. So I got my butt up this morning, but running behind because, you know what? I saw a TikTok about this and I believe it's true. My alarms were not going off this morning. Because I was sleeping kind of lightly. It's like I knew there was almost time to get up, so I wasn't in like a deep sleep. I don't remember not one alarm going off. So I woke up and I looked at my alarms, and one was supposed to go off 3 minutes before I looked at it. It was still green and I hadn't hit snooze. So I'm like, did you go off? I don't think you went off. I think it's cold outside this morning, so I'm gonna have to throw on like probably my little Under Armour tops, one of those like jackets or coats or whatever. Jackets. Which one is lighter? Coat or jacket? Whatever. It's a pullover. Now I probably will only have time for 2 miles today because again I have a 5 a.m. session. I need to be able to come back, change out of my clothes, have that virtual session, then I'll take a shower and get ready because then I have a 7 o'clock session as well. So I don't have my 6 a.m. client this morning, pretty much is what I'm saying. Hoping for a very, very successful week, especially in terms of sleep. Nutrition should be fine. I haven't prepped anything for the week yet. I'm actually gonna prep it today on my lunch break and then eat. Like I can cook breakfast food in the meantime, and then on my lunch break prep my lunch food. Oh, and Key bought me up some hummus and pita bread, so that was pretty nice of her. I have that to snack on as well. Yeah. See you guys over there. Oh my goodness, you scared me. Good morning. I stay with one. Yo, there are so many noises I'm hearing this morning. This is why I keep one headphone in, one out. No matter where I am, like, I need to be. I don't know what's going on. It's too early for all these noises and these people coming out of nowhere. Good morning, y'all. It is 3:45 a.m. No. I'm about to fix oatmeal and I normally boil my water on the stove. I'm gonna have to use the microwave. Because I only have one pot. It's in there. It's in the dishwasher. Okay. Good morning. I'm gonna go lift this morning. No. Okay. Whew. I was about to say, come on, you can't be 0 for 2 this morning. I'm gonna fix some oatmeal, of course. What was I gonna say? What was I saying? Is it strength training day? I headed to the actual like gym. I haven't been there since last Thursday. Monday I ended up getting like 14, if not 15,000 steps. After I went for the 5-mile walk, I actually went out doing a little window shopping at like TJ Maxx and Marshalls and whatnot. But I didn't have my watch on anymore, and I haven't looked at my ring. But it had to be like 15,000 because I already had over 13,000 from the walk itself that morning. Yesterday I got over 10,000 steps. Majority of the steps were from my morning run. However, when I tell you I danced around the house because I was going to go for an evening walk yesterday. But I said, who needs an evening walk when you just danced your way through this apartment for 30 minutes straight? I had my headphones over my head. I was in those mirrors. I was in 2 different mirrors, right? So I would go to my bedroom mirror, but then I'd move over and I could see my bathroom, like full-size mirror, like, you know, mirror, like vanity mirror, or whatever it's called. And I'm going back and forth between the two, and I'm just like, yeah, and I'm just, you know, I'm doing my moves or whatever. So I racked up a whole bunch of steps from that, in addition to just other movement throughout the day as well. So this week, in regards to steps, getting in 10K steps minimum, your girl is doing her thing. I mean, it's only been 2 days, Sunday, Monday, yes, but let's make today one of those days too. Oh, yesterday's run, I ended up running for 2 miles straight, non-stop. It felt amazing. So I kind of tested my theory, because remember I told you guys my lower back had been bothering me when I would go run in the evenings after work. It's the after work part, it's the evening part, it's after I've been sitting down all day. I experienced absolutely no lower back tightness, no hip pain, no knee pain, none of that. None of that. I didn't really run for speed. I ran just because I needed to knock out the 2 miles. I ran the entire thing at just 3.8. Very much just get it done. Let me see, I did put my watch on for that. I actually kept my watch on all day yesterday. I closed all my rings. It took me 25 minutes and 54 seconds. So my first mile was 12 minutes and 49 seconds, and my second mile was 13 minutes. I'm not sure how that's possible if I literally ran at the exact same speed for both of them, but I'm not a treadmill. I don't know. I can't calculate it. I don't know. I'm not an Apple Watch. I can't calculate it. I don't know. My heart rate was pretty good. I averaged 131 beats per minute on my first mile, and on my second mile, 149 beats per minute. So it wasn't like super high. Like it can get up to like the 150s. So I'm glad. On average, it was 140 beats per minute. Average cadence around the same thing it normally is. Yeah, okay, not mad at it. I definitely want to get back to doing like 3 miles. Yeah, like 3 miles. But that means I have to get up out of the bed on time, because that's obviously going to take me an additional 13-ish minutes. I'm really not running for pace right now. Like I'm not. I'm just running because I actually enjoy the shorter distances. I'm not multitasking. That's what I do now. And I need to be multitasking because I need to leave out soon. I think I told you that. I think I told you that. I think I told you this. Told you that. This. I'm going 2 packs because it is in fact a lifting day, high carb day today. So I was thinking there's like quite a few items I need to get tailored in my wardrobe. Like a few different pieces, like probably like 8 different pieces, if not more. And my constant dilemma now is the fact that my physique is changing. I mean, not drastically, but the waist is shrinking. And you know, I do plan to add some mass to my lower body. So it's like, at what point do you get yourself tailored? Like, when do you get these alterations? Because yeah, right now, you know, my waist might be a 28, but next week it might be a 24. So you know, what are you saying? I don't think I want a 24-inch waist. Let me just throw that out there. I'm just trying to give emphasis on what I'm talking about, and then making sure like the thighs fit and the glutes fit in there the way that they should. How do I make sure of that? You know, so that's something I'm trying to figure out. Man, the struggles of, you know, wanting to live a healthy lifestyle to the extent that I do. Not saying it's just what I do. Okay, so my fitness lifestyle, you know, it really just, it's a lot for a girl, you know. I have to make sure my hair still looks presentable so that I feel good, you know. So that's why I locked it. Oh, maybe that's the only other struggle. Okay. Yeah, so there's that. What else? Oh, okay. So I wrote this down to mention to y'all. I did want to stop yesterday at about 1.38 miles. Your girl wanted to just stop and say, I'll walk around. I said, but why would you do that? Literally, why would you do that? I was in a good rhythm too. You know how when you catch your flow when you're running and it just feels good and you're just going? Why would you stop? Literally the wrong time to even consider stopping, but I kept going. Oh, and the last thing, so I was running, right? Like minding my business, running or whatever. Oh, those sounds, y'all. Like, who are you and why are you here? It looked like a security guard person. I'm just like, and then when I said something to them, I didn't hear them speak back to me, and I'm just like, what's going on? Then it sounded like somebody was upstairs. There's actually 2 levels to my apartment gym, and it sounded like someone was upstairs. But then I kept hearing noises behind me. I said, what noise going on? Thankfully, this other young girl came in there. I'm gonna say she's young. I don't know how she is. I didn't see her. I didn't look at her face. But this other young lady came in there, and I felt more comfortable. You know, I like when someone else is in there with me. As much as I like it solo by myself, I like when someone else is in there as well. I was gonna say, no, so you know, I'm minding my business. I'm running, right? I'm running. Running, right? I kid you not. I don't know why it's not doing it right now. Maybe my ponytail was a little bit shorter yesterday. Maybe my shoulders was up. I don't know. But literally, I thought somebody had grabbed me, slapped me on my left shoulder. Babes, it was the locks. They're getting long. They're getting powerful. They're getting heavy. Because what? Not literally. Like when I have them down, they don't feel heavy. But the only time they feel heavy is when I'm washing them. I'm in the shower. Then they're heavy. But literally, the ponytail like smacks me on my shoulder, and it felt like somebody who was heavy-handed. I was like, oh, that's just you, hair. That's just you. All right, let me do what I need to do, and I'll see y'all in the gym. Y'all, I was supposed to then talk about all this stuff and I have been putting it off. Also, this video typically goes up on Friday and today is Saturday. The videos won't go up until tomorrow, which is Sunday. But do y'all actually prefer Sundays and Fridays? Like, let me know if you have a preference between uploads for the fitness series on Friday versus Sunday. Just let me know a little something. What was the last thing? It would have been Thursday. Did I record on Thursday? I mean, yeah, Thursday. I don't think I recorded. Did I record? I don't even remember. I think I did. Anyway, let's talk about real quick a question that I received, which was, let me tell you verbatim and not like guess. The comment was, can you talk about how you've gotten so strong? Here are the 3 different things that I would recommend to a client. And they're kind of going to intersect at certain parts. First, I would say to prioritize compound movements. And compound movements basically target 2 or more muscle groups at one time and or joints. And I'm going to give you specific examples. This does not include every single movement known to man, but I think it will give you an understanding. And then prioritizing compound movements also helps to make the body stronger as a unit versus individualized, if that makes sense. And I hope it will make sense after I read off the different exercises. I want to break this down by movement pattern. So you guys know I don't really train for the muscle group itself. I train for the movement pattern. So first up is going to be squat. Squat is a movement pattern. And within that, actually, you know what? I'm going to group all this together. I'm going to group squat, lunges, and split squats together. I also want to tell you the difference between a lunge and a split squat because I think sometimes those are used interchangeably and they actually are different. So a split squat is not locomotive, it's in place. Both feet will always remain in place throughout the set. So you think split squat, think Bulgarian split squat, think, there's some way I can explain it. Just a regular split squat, like neither foot is moving, you simply go up and down, ascend and descend. Versus a lunge is locomotive. So you can have a walking lunge, you can have a reverse lunge, you can have a lateral lunge. One or both feet move, if that makes sense. Split squat, stationary. Lunge, locomotive. S and S, L and L, if that helps to know the difference. So let's group together squats, lunges, and like split squats all together. These movement patterns basically focus on quads. Of course, there's going to be a little glute action and hamstrings will help at a certain part of the movement, but the main muscle is going to be quads with a little glute in there, right? So let's think squat, any variation. I'm talking goblet squat, pendulum squat, half squat, V squat, front squat. So many variations, right? Lunges, split squats, step ups. These are going to be compound movements because when you think about the squat movement itself, right? There are 2 different joints that are impacted. That's going to be your hip joint and your knee joint. You bend at your knee, you bend at your hip. See why that's a compound movement? Also, you're targeting your quads, but you're also targeting like your calves and your hamstrings at a certain point and your glutes. Different muscle groups are involved. That's why it's a compound movement. So we have that versus an isolation movement. An isolation movement would be like a leg extension. Because think about it, at the leg extension, the only joint that is affected is your knee joint. You're sitting down and the only joint that's impacted is your knee. One muscle group is being targeted, which is primarily your quads. That is isolation movement. So isolation versus compound. You're gonna get stronger by doing the compound movements. And I'll go into more details about what else is needed because there's other variables needed as well. You're going to get stronger by doing the compound movements more so than you will by doing isolation movements. So for the squat, lunge, split squat variation, I would say those movements. Let's move over to hinge. Hinge primarily targets the posterior chain. So we're talking glutes, hamstrings, calves, lower back, that type of thing. And for this, we're going to say deadlifts, of course. That could be stiff leg, that could be RDLs, that could be single leg deadlifts. You can use a barbell, you can use a dumbbell, you can use a kettlebell. There's so many different variations. You can do sumo deadlifts. All of those would be considered compound movements. In addition to that, hip thrust. You can have machine hip thrust, barbell hip thrust, single leg hip thrust. These are compound movements because when you think about it, you're moving at the hip and the knees. Also like glute hypers, that would also fall into the compound range. Now think about all of those versus isolation movements would be like hip adductions, glute kickbacks, hamstring curls, calf raises. there aren't multiple muscle groups and or joints being impacted there. So you would want to do the deadlifts, the hip thrusts. If your goal is strength, you'll want to prioritize those versus the isolation movements. There is a time and place for isolation movements, and we'll talk about that in a second. So I'm not telling you not to do any isolation movements. I'm just telling you in regards to strength, you'll want to focus on compound movements. Let's talk about the pull movement pattern. So rows, all type of rows. There's so many variations of rows. You can never run out of rows. Like there are so many type of rows to do. You can use a cable, you can use a barbell, you can use dumbbells, you can use kettlebells, and then there's so many different ways, horizontal, vertically. You can do pull-ups, you can do push-ups, you cannot do push-ups, that's for push. There's so many pull variations, and those are all considered to be compound because think about it. Let's say you're doing a lat pull down. Not only is my elbow joint impacted, so is my shoulder. So that is two different joints. Additionally, a lot of times when you think about pull movements, the biceps are worked indirectly. So instead of focusing primarily on bicep curls, for example, doing the other movements I just explained, like the rows, the pull-ups, the lat pull-downs and things like that, would help with strength more than bicep curls. Then moving over to the push movement pattern, we're gonna think about chest, tries, and shoulders. Chest press, so many variations again. You can use machine, cable, barbell, kettlebell, dumbbell, same thing again over. Shoulder press, so many different variations of that as well. You'll think about doing those type of movements as your compound exercise of choice versus like tricep extensions or shrugs. I hope that makes sense, because think about a tricep extension. The only joint that is being impacted is the elbow joint. The shoulder isn't doing much. Your hips aren't doing much. That is the difference between compound and isolation movements. So with that being said, now that we've covered compound movements and what I would say is to prioritize them, let's move into like some of the other variables. This includes having a program and sticking to it. I promise you that saying when they used to say back in the day, like you want to switch up your exercises or your movements to trick your body. You don't want to do that actually, okay? We actually want to have a plan, and we want to try to follow that plan every single week. But there are different variables that we can change. For example, the number of sets, the number of reps, rest time, tempo. I feel like I'm missing one more. And frequency of how often you do a movement. Well, you can change all of those different variables. It doesn't always have to be weight, but progressive overload is still important when you're training for strength as well. So you want to challenge yourself. You want to apply pressure. Additionally, I would have a client to stick to a program for a minimum of 8 weeks at least. 8 weeks, same movements. You can progress in those movements, but pretty much the same movements throughout the 8 weeks. You know, advance in certain movements. You can go from a split squat to a Bulgarian split squat. You can go from a goblet squat to a barbell front squat. Like it just depends on the person and what the goals are. Next up would be, I guess I kind of this is where it kind of intersects. Pretty much everything I was just saying, and then the rep ranges do matter. So there's a lot of gray area here, but typically and scientifically speaking, for strength, the rep range is typically 1 rep to 6 reps. For hypertrophy, it's typically 6 reps to like 12 reps. And then for endurance, it's typically 12 reps to like 20 reps. But there are a lot of gray areas in there, and that does not mean you train just 6 reps every single time you go in. Unless you are powerlifting, where it's like very, very specific, you don't typically see 15 reps unless it's like an accessory movement. That's in the powerlifting world. But as someone who trains for like general health, you're probably going to see anywhere from 6 to 15, specifically if I'm training my client and the goal is just general health. Like it's not to become a powerlifter, it's not to become a bodybuilder. That's going to look different. But general health, there's no reason why we should ever really be doing a 1 rep max unless like you truly want to. So we won't be doing like just 1 rep. Obviously if we're learning pull-ups, then 1 rep may be in the equation, or we don't push-ups, 1 rep may be in the equation. For different exercises and different movements, you'll have different rep ranges that you typically do. So for your compound movements, everything that I discussed a little while ago, you will typically have maybe 6 to 8 in there of those. Maybe even 4 on your last set, maybe. But then for like leg extensions, you may have like 12 to 15. It really does depend on the movement itself. Yeah, especially if your goal, and it doesn't matter, like is your goal hypertrophy, is it strength, rep range is really going to play a part in it. And it's hard for me to give you like a definite because it depends on what your program look like, what are the exercises, what orders exercises, and all of those things do matter. Also for strength, you typically want to be lifting somewhere between like 80 to 85% of your 1 rep max, which you can kind of gauge or kind of figure out where you need to be in. And sometimes you have to kind of play with the weight to figure out what weight is going to exhaust you to the point that you need to be exhausted, which one is going to bring the stimulus that you need. Now my camera about to die. Oh my goodness, y'all. So I hope that makes sense. I know that was a lot of information, and I can go into more details. If anyone has anything specific, like let me know in the comment section. I'll respond to you right there. But if you're looking to get stronger, definitely prioritize your compound movements. I don't want this to die, so I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I will see you guys in week 44, and have a very amazing day. I love you.